This segment is sponsored by MEDARVA Healthcare.
We've been talking about it for weeks. The MEDARVA Healthcare Virtual Science Fair was up and running, and after very careful consideration by a panel of talented judges, the winners are in. We're joined today by the full group today. I'm going to hit the controls here and get us on full view. We have one of the judges with us, Miss America, Camille Schreier is with us. And of course, our winners in the senior division, we have Ankita Avaru. We are very excited to see you. Thanks for being with us. And Camelia Sharma. It's great to see both of you. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's getting right to it, Camille, but how exciting is this? We talked weeks ago about encouraging young people to enter this virtual science fair, and the entries came in and you worked with a big panel to make sure that the talent was recognized.
Oh my goodness. I mean, going through these projects was actually really demanding. There was so much information that these students put forward that it was incredibly impressive, both from the middle and the high school divisions. I was really blown away by every project that I was going through. And I have to say how impressed I am with not only our two winners here today, but of every entry that I went through, I was consistently impressed. So it was really impressive in every sense. I don't know what I was expecting, but they really exceeded my expectations in every way.
Well, that's certainly really fantastic to hear, because I know you had quite a few submissions. Both Ankita and Camelia, you submitted video presentations for consideration. Let me start with you, Ankita. What was this like, putting the submission in for the virtual science fair? And talk us through your project.
Right. The virtual science fair, I've never actually done a virtual science fair, so that was really new, but I've been doing science fairs for a while. So I had some idea of how it should be, but the whole virtual component was just out of what I usually do. And so my project was basically based upon an article that I read about like a year or two ago. And basically it showed that birds, usually when we think of birds eating plastic, we think that they eat plastic because it looks like food. But actually what a lot of scientists have found is that seabirds eat zooplankton, and zooplankton, they eat phytoplankton, which releases a chemical called dimethyl sulfide. So many seabirds have adapted to be able to sense this dimethyl sulfide. And when they sense the dimethyl sulfide, they immediately just dive towards the plankton. And while they're trying to eat the plankton, they eat the plastic as well, which causes problems in their digestive system and causes them to eventually die. So my project was basically trying to figure out a temporary solution to this problem by using environmentally friendly algae deterrents.
It's absolutely incredible, because this is obviously a deep dive, if you will, into this topic, and you're probably pretty passionate about it, which helps fuel the interest in this. So in a way, this came pretty naturally for you to put this out together and then to pursue it.
Yeah, I really like to read stuff about the environment, and I have a lot of friends who are really passionate about the environment, so I like to read up about it a lot, and I just happened to come across that article one day, and here we are.
Well, that's what this virtual science fair is all about, isn't it, Camille? We're encouraging, MEDARVA Healthcare, encouraging this interest in science and pursuing these theories and hypotheses and whatever came together with the virtual science fair. Camelia, talk us through your project.
So my project was about designing a more efficient hull for container and cargo ships. I found that ships burn lower grade bunker oil, which is a very heavy pollutant. 75% of the energy consumed by ships goes into overcoming the resistance of water. So if I build a ship that has lesser drag, then less fuel will be used. I designed and computationally analyzed different hulls using a marine designer software. Then those models were printed on a 3D printer. And then I tested those in a testing tank that I built to measure the relative drag of each.
I just am so fascinated. Camelia, you are a rising 8th grader with Moody Middle School, and Ankita, a rising senior with Mills E. Godwin High School. And I just think it is fantastic. Have you, I guess an easy question would be, and I think I asked you this before, Camille, have you always been interested in science?
definitely. It's
Yeah.
my thing.
My elementary school did a science fair, non-competitive, but a science fair. And that's where I first got interested in science in kindergarten when we did that science fair.
So the passion starts pretty early. And Camelia, I was asking Ankita about putting in for the virtual science fair. What was it like for you to work in this format?
Well, this was my first year doing like science fairs, so it was all pretty new to me. So I hadn't gotten used to doing any type of science fair. So this is kind of like my normal science fair right now because I hadn't really done any like in-person science fairs. So it was really fun.
That's really fantastic and a great way to, as we were talking about, Camille, dust off those projects and put them into play to be able to test out some of these theories. You know, I think folks, for when you arrived on the scene, Camille, and thought Miss America and science, and you have proven this equation.
Absolutely. And I will say, I am thrilled to have two women that won these projects, both in the senior and the junior division. And they did not win just because they are women. They won because their projects were superior. And that's really what I love about women in STEM, is being recognized for what we can offer and what our achievements are and what our skills are, not just because of our gender. And these two women blew me completely away. I mean, I will tell you, I've completed 2 undergraduate degrees in science. I have loved science and studied science my entire life. And the level of execution that both of these women brought in their projects is going to set them up for such a successful career in science. They are leaps and bounds ahead of where I was when I was their age. And that really inspires me, because that's really the purpose and what I hope to really do throughout this year, is encourage other young women to get involved and take the leap in doing more than just learning science in the classroom, but doing it outside of the classroom as well. And taking the opportunity to sign up for a virtual science fair like this to really extend the knowledge that they were learning in the classroom. And so I am so, so excited that I got to be a part of this and see their projects. I really cannot even say enough about how wonderful they were.
Well, congratulations, both fantastic topics to pursue. And Camille Schreier, thank you so much for lending your talents to the MEDARVA Healthcare Virtual Science Fair. What fun.
Of course, it was my pleasure to do it. And congratulations, ladies, you did a wonderful job.
Thank you.
Ankita Advaru and Camelia Sharma, both of you, fantastic. Congratulations on winning this year. That's really, really taking that first step to even enter, I think, is a win. But
sure.
Congratulations on the big win. Very impressive. Thanks for being with us today.
All right. Thank you so much.
You.
Absolutely. And of course, we thank MEDARVA Healthcare for making this all possible. A fantastic project, the Virtual Science Fair, first one ever, and hopefully one of many to come. A big thank you to all of the participating schools. I believe there were about 19 of them, to the judges, and certainly congratulations to the winners in both of those grade categories. There were first prize, second prize, and runner-up. For more information on MEDARVA Healthcare, give them a call, 804-775-4500. Visit online, medarva.com, and find them on Facebook, facebook.com/MEDARVA Foundation. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more Virginia This Morning.